People have been doing biathlon a long time. It's pretty simple. What we do is very difficult, but it's not complicated, you know?
Rolling.
So, first episode.
What the fuck is biathlon?
What the fuck is biathlon? Okay, then it's a good question.
Yeah, it's often that people are like, oh, what is it? Because in France, it's like small sport compared to football or cycling.
I try to explain the simplest way of biathlon.
First, it's not running and cycling.
And I think they know it's cross-country skiing and biathlon, or do they don't know this?
Biathlon is interesting sports with a lot of spectators around, but you have this crazy with running and shooting.
Well, it's cross-country skiing and marksmanship at the same time.
I have friends and he loves biathlon, and one time he said, it's easy, run and shoot. Run and shoot and nothing, run and shoot. It's easy.
So it's skiing and shooting, around 7 and 15 kilometers for women and around 10 and 20 kilometers for men.
Once you finish your loop, you just go into a beautiful place that's called a shooting range. You lie down or you stand up with a rifle that you were carrying. You shot on 5 targets, 50 meters away.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
I had to quit the season 2023. I moved to Thailand for vacation and they asked me what I do in my normal life. Then I told biathlon and of course they had no plan.
Biathlon, we can describe it as hammering and going as fast as you can on skis and then every few minutes stopping at the shooting range.
And who shoot the best have advantage to the other. Then we have some penalty loops. You get penalties when you miss.
And the highs probably see just are blurry because the pulse is really high and you still have to see something to hit these tiny targets.
I like to show people like something really different, like throw a stone to like target. Then they understand that, okay, if you're running as fast as you can, then you have to be really precise, then it's really difficult.
I explained them biathlon as a winter sport on skis and snow, the white thing from the sky. And I guess they still have no idea what it is.
I think it's the terminator of the winter sport.
You have so much emotions in this sport. This is crazy. You can win one day and then you lose one day. And this is, I think, always up and down. And this is the DNA from this sports biathlon.
All in all, it can be a really cool sport, but also a big asshole sometimes.
Sometimes I love it and sometimes I just hate it. It's complicated. Complicated relationship with biathlon.
Biathlon for me is the combination, of course, of cross-country and shooting. That's not a big secret, but the thing is that you make a good performance on the skis that you can corrupt by a shooting miss. So you need to perform. You need to have this capacity to switch from the exercise to the real focus on the shooting and then to keep calm and do your best on the range.
So it's kind of a survival game, going fast but still hold the precision.
Biathlon is fucking crazy.
That is the easiest way to describe biathlon.
I have 2 older brothers and they did biathlon. So my mom was always there and I had to join. I'm 6 and 4 years younger, so I was like 6 years sitting in the snow and building like a snowman behind the shooting range. I thought it looked really cool. To be honest, I was hooked from the first training. I still remember it because when you're younger, you shoot like on the big target and you shoot with the extra support, so it's quite easy. And I hit 5 targets and then I was like, this is my sport.
As I usually say, it's a little bit in my blood with my family. My parents were racing in biathlon, so I started to go cross-country when I was 9. And then really fast I wanted to shoot.
I was more in the track and field sports. I started quite late when I was 16. I learned everything totally new. Cross-country skiing, shooting, but yeah, it was always fun for me, this challenge to figure it out, to become better and better.
I have 3 older brothers, they all made biathlon, so I think for me it was evident that I will try this sport one day. And then at 16 years old I had to choose between cycling, cross-country skiing and biathlon, and I chose biathlon. It was not where I was the best, but I so much wanted to be able to be good into something I was not good at all.
There's so many different types of biathletes. I'm more calm, maybe, but you have athletes who are really up there and really down and bounce between those all the time. And you have a lot of different personalities. So I feel like biathlon is a very unique sport in that there is no right way to do it. There's only wrong ways.
I think to be an athlete you need to be someone passionate. I don't see the sacrifice. I don't see it like that. I see it like a choice in my life.
If you're starting in biathlon just for money, just for the result, it's not the good way. You need to be patient because it's a lot of work to have the small chance to win.
I think to be a fighter is the most important thing. You win, you lose, but you lose more than you win, and so you have to fight.
Biathlon is a difficult sport. The margins are very small. One day you can have an amazing race and the next day you can have a terrible one. And just because you have a terrible one today doesn't mean the next one will be the same. So you have to be able to handle both success and disappointment in a good way. If you get too disappointed by a bad race, then how are you going to bounce back from that? And since it is such a difficult sport, everybody faces those kind of races, even the best. So I think you have to be a bit smart as well. You can't just, like in Sweden, we usually say that you can't just put your head under your arm and go. You have to think a bit as well.
The race in biathlon, it's incredible because in each shooting everything can change. And I love it because you know when you win only when you cross the line.
I think it's a mental sport because it brings you so many ups and downs.
It's very different from many other sports because it can turn around in like this, and that's what's fun and also what's very frustrating as an athlete.
I would say the best thing about it is there's probably like 20 guys who can actually win a race. Like if you go watch a marathon, there's probably maybe 3. But in biathlon, there's actually a lot more people in the fight.
You never know what can happen, and even if you are leading a race, and then you sucks in the last standing shooting, then everything is up to do again. So yeah, I think it's this the day of biathlon, that everything can happen.
There's suspense all along the competition, so it's I think it's really cool to watch and to support. I think it's a beautiful sport that deserves to be known.